Hi, I'm Charley Rich from Nastel Technologies, and today we're speaking with Tom Olson. Tom is a Senior Manager, Middleware Solution Architect at a large enterprise. Thanks for meeting with us here. How do you like the show? You know, we're here at InterConnect. What do you think?
Very informative. A lot of good information, a lot of new and up-and-coming technologies, some great vendors, and like Nastel that have very good solutions for the business that we're in.
Excellent. Good. Glad to hear that. Was there anything particularly interesting you saw at any of the booths, like the Nastel booth, for example?
Yeah, Nastel's got some new features and functionality with a tool that I'm already familiar with, and very interesting. They've got an eye on the future. They've got a lot of really good features and functionality that allow us to have visibility throughout all of our enterprise systems.
Excellent. So I understand, doing some research, that you spent over a decade at a very large high-end retailer, and you were the architect and managed their middleware infrastructure.
Correct.
Maybe you could tell me some of the challenges that you faced in your day-to-day work.
Early on, we just didn't have good tools and monitoring and management solutions to allow us to have visibility and allow us the ability to configure and deploy our middleware technologies. So we were really struggling and had a lot of problems with things such as our queue managers with queues backing up, and applications that were down, and the only time we knew that there was a problem was when the customer started complaining.
Oh, that's not good.
No. So we started searching for new tools and technology to help us get a better handle on the middleware environment that we were supporting at the time. And that's where Nastel came into play, and we also looked at a lot of other vendors as well. But we ended up choosing the Nastel solution because it worked best for us and worked seamlessly with the other monitoring and management solutions we had at an enterprise level.
To hear that. So I heard that one of the challenges, perhaps one of the most challenging ones, was around pricing. You know, that point of sale, the circulars that people would receive, emails, the pricing on the shelves might all differ. Someone might pick up something to purchase, bring it to the register, only to find out the price they thought was actually higher.
Correct.
How did you deal with that? Maybe you could tell us how the problem occurred and how you managed and solved that situation.
So going back to when we were experiencing those issues, we had pricing and signage apps that we leveraged at the stores to push out pricing and signage for all of the different products that we sold to all of our retail locations.
Okay.
And every once in a while, those applications would quit responding or quit working, or in the middleware technology,
hate when that happens, right?
It would not get routed correctly, and so the stores would then be working off of old signage, old pricing information. Customers would get frustrated because they would see something in an ad, but then when they get to the store, it wasn't the same as what was in the flyer.
No, that'd be upsetting.
And so what we did to correct that was to implement the Nastel autopilot solution at our corporate facility, where we pushed all of the information down to our retail locations, and it allowed us to have more visibility into the systems and proactively be able to respond to issues rather than having it come back to bite us and have the customers get frustrated and go to other locations looking for something as a result.
Because there are other choices.
Right.
So this is a real business problem, not just an IT problem.
That's correct.
This could get you the kind of attention from senior management you always wanted, but for the wrong reason.
Potential to lose sales, potential to lose customers, recurring business, and a lot of different things. So absolutely, it was a business problem.
Now, does that get exacerbated when the holidays come around and suddenly you get large loads of traffic? A good thing because the business is there, but challenging for the infrastructure.
Correct, especially in the retail world. The holidays, it's vital. That's when they do a good majority of their business for the entire year, all in a short time frame
Right.
between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right,
that time of the
instantly,
year.
everything.
So there's a lot of heightened awareness of having to be on site and take care of things. At least there was back in the day. And so having a solution like this allowed us to have a better handle on all of the circulars and the daily sales and things like that. Making sure that that pricing and signage data, all of the SKUs, all of those
Right.
updates were getting down to our stores, and just anytime there was an issue, it would give us the ability to respond quickly and react to it in real time rather than finding out about it from a customer or one of the
Which would
stores
be
saying
awful.
this isn't right.
Right.
And so what it allowed us to do from a middleware engineering level was really get our lives back. Instead of having to babysit this stuff and be there on site manually fixing things, we had a tool now that would allow us to go out and put the mechanisms in place so that this stuff would either correct itself automatically,
Okay.
or at a minimum send us the alerts in a timely manner so that we could react and get things corrected before it became an issue.
So this was something that actually improved your life as well. You
Absolutely.
could get home on time.
Absolutely.
Right.
I put in countless hours of overtime prior
Right.
to having the tools that we put in place for that major retailer. And what used to be anywhere from 60 to 80 hours in a week would go back to now just a normal work week. 40 hours, work during the day, and then I got my life back. It really it's probably saved my marriage too.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. So other folks will probably want to know, how do you measure success? From an IT perspective, it might be reducing mean time to repair. From a business unit perspective, it might be increased sales. So when you faced the situation, how did you know that we think we solved the problem?
Well,
What
as we
was
just
that
touched
yardstick?
on. Well, as we just touched on, there's potential for lost revenue and
Right.
losing customers, and you don't want to have that happen. So we wanted to make sure that we were getting the right tools in place to
Right.
give us that handle. Also, it's saved on the labor for our engineering staff that had to manually do all that work
Right.
prior to having tools that gave us the ability to automate and streamline the deployments. And the last piece of this was we could collect the metrics. We could see through the holidays,
Right.
year to year, how we were performing. It gave us the information we needed to know whether or not we needed to expand our systems, add extra processing power, extra
Okay.
storage. It allowed
So
us
feedback.
Feedback. It gave us
Yeah.
all of that historical data to work with, and it tied seamlessly into our existing enterprise monitoring solution and gave our network teams, our platform teams, and our middleware teams all the data they needed at a glance.
So better information, visibility, better mean time to repair, and improved life.
Absolutely.
Check.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about the past, some of the early issues. You mentioned how you picked Nastel to help address this problem. And if we look now towards the future, we've got new technologies such as the ones Nastel has started supporting, such as Kafka, Spark, Storm, Bayesian categorization, machine learning, and all of this. How do you see that impacting the future of middleware? Do you see the value there? Do you see it as an extension?
Oh, absolutely.
What say you?
In today's world, companies are going more and more cloud-based. They're going more hosted. They have their applications and systems deployed, both on-prem in their own data centers,
Right.
hosted facilities all over at Microsoft Azure, all this cloud-based stuff. But where in the old days you had your systems to monitor everything in-house, but it was harder to have that visibility abroad.
Right.
Now the
exactly.
tools and technology give you that visibility and flexibility to have that end-to-end view,
Okay.
no matter where your servers or data resides. It gives you the ability to track your transactions from where the first input in to begin processing, all the way through the outcome and delivery to the end customer. And no matter where those systems, as they hand off from one system to another, they
Right.
transform, get delivered. All of those different systems are now in a single pane of glass and visible using these tools.
So those new technologies that Nastel's supporting are things that'll make a lot of sense and improvement to you in your career. And
Absolutely,
Excellent.
absolutely. We're in the early stages of adopting a lot of new technologies, and the tools that we've chosen from Nastel allow us to grow into those new technologies as we move forward.
excellent. Well, Tom, thank you very much for being a great customer, and we really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.